Celebration, another SPAC in the InsurTech industry. So this time we have Kin, homeowners insurance. Actually, they have landlords, they have mobile homes, condo insurance. Kaenan, great to have you on the show today.
Always great.
Let's talk about Kin.
Kin has agreed to be acquired by Omnichannel Acquisition Corp in a SPAC deal valued at about $1 billion, which is phenomenal, especially because Kin really only showed $25 million in premium last year. So congratulations to the Kin group, because they really were able to maximize their value and perceived value for investors. Mm-hmm. And Omnichannel Acquisition is pretty interesting because it's really made up of a whole bunch of known brand ambassadors and marketers from the consumer packaged good industry. They have a very famous NBA player, Damon Green, and a golf pro, Rory McIlroy, and
the Shark Tank.
Yes, the Shark Tank. But one of my personal favorites, Bobbi Brown, the cosmetics guru, who herself looked at this company, Kin, as reinventing insurance the same way she reinvented cosmetics. So when you look at some of what the combined company is looking to do, is they're looking to leverage that marketing expertise from the founders of OCA and help drive, of course, adoption and profitability in the insurance market for Kin. When we look at...
So let's talk about the insurance part.
Yes.
Where do they stand in terms of insurance? What are their KPIs?
Yeah.
Because we care about combined ratio.
Yes. So on the combined ratio, it's nowhere near where they need to be. They're losing 54 cents on the dollar. The combined ratio is 154%. And they're projecting that that's still going to be above 100% at 105 for 2023. Part of that is, of course, customer acquisition costs, which... depending upon which number you use in the filing, is either $350 or $500. They do have a decent average premium of $1,634, but that's actually not completely true because they're arranged as a reciprocal, and they require the policyholder to make a 10% contribution to surplus for the reciprocal. And that 10% contribution, if you back it out, means that the premium is really $1,471. On average. They do have they claim a pretty high retention rate of 92%. But again, if you sort of try to remember that this is the absolute best marketing tool for them, this is their best foot forward. That premium, if you really look at it in terms of premium dollars year to year and renewal dollars, that's actually closer to 24% from 2020 to 2021. And it's only 85% going from 21 to 2022 estimates. So by no means is that great. And their loss ratio is probably one of the better aspects, I think. But again, it was on $25 million in a couple of states, and it's at 77%, which is pretty good in that regard. It'll be interesting as they plan to do their national expansion, how that's going to hold up. But they do project that that's going to go down to 40%. And that's a huge drop in loss ratio.
In their presentation and the document that they shared, they compare themselves to Hippo and other insurtechs that went public through IPO, Lemonade, Root, Metromile, and of course Hippo more on the SPAC side, mm-hmm. and also almost a direct competitors in terms of homeowners. But we are going to talk about that in the full episode and not in the highlights. So let's just quickly touch about why do they raise money? What are they going to do with all of this money?
Well, ultimately, they need to grow. And in order to grow, they're buying a defunct carrier, essentially a carrier that has licenses in 40 states, but it isn't writing any premium. And so that will allow them an immediate access into those 40 states. And, when they do that, you have to pay for the carrier and you'll have to pay for marketing. And that is really what they're trying to use. They will net out of this sale $242 million. I think another important point to put here is that the original funders and the founders have agreed not to sell any of their shares in the public company. So they're rolling their full equity into this new entity. And that shows a sign of commitment and a belief that they will be able to succeed and be able to be profitable.
So how are they going to be successful? How do they use data to make their, sort of advantage, especially when they are writing today, they are writing most of their policies in Florida and the Southeast.
Right. Very tough states. Listen, this is, I think, the shiniest part of their approach to underwriting. And it ties into being a direct-to-consumer carrier and needing to focus on that customer experience. And what they're doing is they're overlaying thousands of data points on the property so that you don't have to ask that customer anymore, what kind of roof do you have? Public data now will tell you, is it a gable roof? Is it a flat roof? Is it shingled? Is it concrete? So they're able to actually use that, which gives them much more accurate data than what somebody might fill in an application, which allows them to be more accurate in their underwriting and therefore in their pricing. And that we did see ultimately in some of the results.
Fantastic. Kaenan, thank you again for joining me for this brief conversation about another hopefully successful insurance company. And to the folks out there, please don't forget to comment, reach out to us if you want us to look into other companies, and don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe. Thank you very much and see you next time.
Have a great day.